Claudia Jordan Show and the Pigeon. Our topic tonight, ride or die relationships. Would you stick with your mate through thick and thin? What's too much to handle in a relationship? Give us a call, 877-2106-106. You're listening to Sirius 106, XM 149, Method Man, and what's her name?
Mary J. Blige.
Mary J. I'm a little slow today. You guys are going to have to bear with me today. Had a very, very, very rough weekend. Went to Raging Waters Park.
Yes.
Celebrating Portia's birthday week.
Yes, sir.
And went on a ride, and it went all bad.
What happened?
My eyes started burning, but then before I left the park, I had like a rash on the side of my face.
Oh, my goodness.
Woke up the next morning, and that's why I didn't come to your thing, because that night I was like, let me just take a shower. I laid down. I woke up the next day, and my eyes were almost swollen shut, and I had bumps all over my face. And then I tried to go hiking anyways. And 5 minutes into it, I had chest pains.
Oh, wow.
And my throat started closing up on me, and I had to go to the emergency room.
Wow.
And they immediately stuck an IV in my arm and gave me steroids, and they gave me Benadryl. And my friend Bernadette was with me, and she was freaking out. She's like, I thought I was going to see my friend die. Because I started, when they give you Benadryl through an IV, I don't know if you guys ever had it, it's nothing like taking the medicine. It's like times 1,000.
Right.
Like as soon as the needle goes in your arm, like it immediately hits your bloodstream, and you feel like overwhelmed, like you feel like a go over you, and instantly drowsy, and you feel it. It works right away.
You said steroids. Is the voice going to get any deeper?
I hope not.
Okay. I'm just saying, we can't afford that.
little mustache growing in. Anyways, our topic, it made me think like how I looked in the mirror and I cried, and then my eye looked like a monster, and I started thinking about it. I'm like, damn.
We got a lot of pictures of her in the ER this year.
Yeah, we need to make her an ER album.
Yeah.
An album.
On
It's my
Facebook.
5th time in the emergency room since November.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
5th time.
Something's
so,
in the water, CJ.
I don't know what it is.
That's why I don't do the water parks.
It's not just water though. It's like, okay, this time was a water park. Last time me and Portia left Roscoe's got in a head-on collision with somebody.
Yeah.
Someone hit us.
Yeah.
Then it was a tooth infection, so I was gonna die. I could have died. It's just. I said on Twitter, whoever has the voodoo doll of me, can we please make a truce?
Can you stop it?
Please.
Right.
Come on, maybe it's Flora's ex's cousin's uncle that's doing something to you.
I'm just saying.
Could be Monkey Boy. Who knows?
When you go through something like this, and I don't have anybody special in my life right now. I'm solo. My career is my mate. But I started to think about it. I'm like, damn, it's a shame that I don't have anyone that could like go through this with me. Right. But if I did, would he have left me when he caught sight of my face? Because there's a lot of I got to thinking about when you go through things in life, like okay, if a guy got with you because of looks or what have you, and then that changes, or you have a great body and then you lose that, or maybe you're in an accident, you're disfigured. Right. I wonder like who would ride it out? I guess that's when love is really tested.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And there's some great examples of that, and then there's some awful examples of people that just kick rocks when it happens. Have any of you been in a relationship where something about your mate changed and you like rode with it, or you want to bounce? Anybody?
Yes. My ex was hit with weights on his face, and like a portion of his eyelid, like the meat was coming off, his eyeball was kind of popping out. And we went to the emergency room, and I remember like one of his first questions he said was, "Are you gonna leave me?" Like he was really worried he was gonna stay like that, and he was really worried.
Did you say, "Well, it depends. Do you have insurance?"
And I really
can we get a claim on this?
And it's funny because our relationship was already going sour. Like I was already ready to leave.
Wow.
And so it's like if I leave right now, you're gonna think it's because your eyeball. Perfect timing.
Wow. But you already wanted to kick rocks.
I already wanted to kick rocks.
So actually, the injury made you stay around longer.
I know it stayed around longer. Exactly. I stayed around longer.
He did it on purpose.
Exactly. I was asleep when it happened. I'm starting to believe
wow.
it.
I have a similar. Well, you guys know I was proposed to once.
Yes.
And the day I got proposed to, I was going to break up. Like, I was thinking about saying, I think we need to have some space. And my mother was in town. His family was in town. He got injured in his sporting event.
In whatever sport.
Yeah, that day.
Exactly.
That day, busted out with the ring. And I was like,
let me think about it.
But actually, same situation. I stayed around another year waiting for him to get back on his feet because I felt like if I left now, I would look awful. I would look like, the monster, like, oh, things went bad and now you're out. But really, I already felt like it wasn't the right situation for me anyways. Like, I cared about him, but I knew I wasn't going to marry him.
And that's us looking at perception, how people are going to perceive us. We shouldn't care. We shouldn't care. Exactly.
But you see women that leave guys that like no longer in the league, or maybe they're not acting anymore, or what have you, or whatever the situation is, and people will say that about them, not knowing that there very well may have been a million things before that.
Right.
And and a lot of times, like Tina, both of us, we stayed longer because of this.
Right.
Flora?
Never happened to me ever.
on either side?
On either
Let's
side.
say it did.
Yeah.
Let's say you were with someone and, you know, he was in a car accident and his face, half his face was burned.
Gosh.
But the other half was beautiful.
Wow.
The other half.
Well, I guess I'm going to just have to talk to the other half. No, I'm just...
Do you think you would stay or if
honestly,
you
I don't
loved
think...
him?
No, honestly, I don't think I have it in me. Well, I think it would also depend on how much I love this individual.
You loved him.
I did.
Yeah, you loved him.
For real.
He's like your soulmate. He's like the guy that
For
you
real.
talked to years ago. And okay, the guy you used to talk to.
Okay. Well,
Right
so with
now,
him, yes.
he's like, let's get together. Y'all get together. And then
If it was that dude, yes.
okay.
Yes, that dude. Only that dude.
Whoever that dude is, shout out.
So you have certain people that you would and certain people you would not.
Well, definitely that dude I'm talking about is ride or die. That nigga did a lot for me. A lot.
Which guy are we talking about? The one you...
When
The
you
one
paid for
she
school?
put through
Yeah.
school.
Yes.
Oh,
We-
school
he did a lot
bus.
for you.
She said he was
Yes.
fine, too.
You did a lot for him.
Well, yes, I did too. Yes. Because we loved each other. But we did a lot for each other.
But you're kind of on both sides of the fence. So would you or wouldn't you?
For that dude, I'd stay. Everything else, I don't have it in me to stay. I know I don't. I
You
know
don't think
I
you'll
don't.
ever love like that again?
No. I know
Wow.
I haven't.
I think you should get with him.
I
You
think
gotta find
you're
him.
blocking your
married.
blessing.
That's a married
You
dude.
sent me an email saying that you feel like if something bad happened to you, you don't expect the person to stick around for you.
Yeah, no, I don't.
You really believe this?
No, I don't. If I don't expect it from myself, I don't expect it from somebody else. No.
Okay.
Wow, okay.
Get your self-esteem up.
Right.
Porsche
Why?
coming.
Is that
There's
bad?
love
Why?
out there. No.
Don't get defensive. We're
No, I'm
just
just
asking.
saying. You make it seem like it's bad. It's not.
No, we're not.
Okay.
How we make it seem like it's bad? We're talking
yeah,
about
it's you.
abortions, being in bed, all kinds of shit.
About self-esteem there. What the hell?
You gotta
Who's
think that
self-esteem?
you gotta.
It'd be nice to want to expect your man, someone. I mean, the person.
Yeah, it'd
you're
be nice to
married.
want to expect, but then it's even worse when it doesn't happen. Then you let down.
So just don't expect it. so
Thank
it
you.
doesn't.
There you go. No.
I'm not agreeing with you. Don't worry.
No. I'm just saying that's my point.
Okay. My cousin, you talk about burning. She was burned probably like 70% of her body, half of her face, her arms, everywhere. And her husband stuck with it. They had no kids at the time. They were just dating. They're now married. They have 3 beautiful kids, and he stuck with it. He didn't care, and it was like it didn't matter. But I can understand how it could be, tedious because she would always be at the hospital at the doctor because the burns were so severe. I know it would be pussing and bleeding. Like it's not a nice process, and I really respect him as a man for sticking in there, especially saying quote unquote men are visual. If your girl does not look how she looked before, and all of a sudden it's kind of like that gives them an out to want to leave.
That's
so
absolutely
I definitely
commendable.
respect him because she was burned pretty bad.
Wow. I got a good question for you because we've talked about this on air. The guy that you loved, the main person that was in your life, and he passed away.
Right.
And how did he pass away?
He got shot.
He got shot. Okay,
Yes.
let's say he was shot and he were just paralyzed.
Right.
He was still here today.
Right.
Do you think you would still be with him?
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah, paralyzation I think I'd rather have him paralyzed than dead.
Right.
I'd rather have him injured than dead. I'd rather have him blind than dead or deaf than dead.
But you would still be
at
with
least
him.
He's still here. Yes.
You would
I
be
wonder if
with
that.
And who knows how that would have turned out?
Well, I
Whether
was
or
gonna
not
say, I
I'd
wonder
be
if
with
that
him.
perspective's changed because he isn't here. You trade. Give anything to have him here. But if he really was here, would
Right.
you? Because you're so young, too.
Right.
That's a
Right.
long
Well, I
time
just
to be
think,
with that
well,
person.
well, like
And what
you
if you
said,
want kids?
from my point of view, you could still. I mean, that wouldn't be broke now. I mean, yeah, you could still.
There's a lot of guys that aren't in wheelchairs. That shit doesn't work.
Right. So that
What about that guy that was in a wheelchair that's this porn or some shit?
Oh
Yeah, there's a lot of
Yes.
possibilities.
What do you know about that, Shelley?
Oh, no, she did some morning show. He was on.
They really there's a
Yeah,
dude in a wheelchair.
when I did one of my Maury show appearances, there was a guy there. He's called Sex on Wheels, I think.
Oh my
Dick, I'm sorry, Dick on Wheels.
Nice.
He has a MySpace page. Look him up, dickonwheels.com.
Wow.
And he turned a negative into a positive. He,
Yeah.
he had a normal active sex life, and then he got paralyzed, and now he gets it even more. And somebody pull it up online. You got to check him out.
Okay.
He gets it in. I mean, he's not.
Wow.
I mean, he's not.
Did you see? Did he?
He's not. How should I say? Putting his back into it. But he is doing
that
it.
is wrong, Claudia.
And
He's
now
doing it
on
and
all
making
levels.
a profit off of it.
he's the first man
in porn,
wheelchair porn.
wheelchair.
Wow.
He's a pioneer.
So the girl has to be pretty flexible. She's trying to work it in.
Well, you gotta make sure the brakes. Your brake game always.
Yeah, you gotta make sure the
gotta
brakes is
lock
on
the-
so you don't roll nowhere.
Right,
Oh.
right.
Yeah.
We have our first caller.
Let's get him on the show.
We have Tony from LA Tony with an I. Must be a girl. Welcome to the show, Tony.
Thank you very much. How y'all doing
Never
tonight?
mind.
Hey, how you doing?
Tony.
Good. I was just calling because it has nothing to do with the subject you're talking about. I just wanted to know, Claudia, what is it when you say, how fast is your 40 time? I don't understand that. What that means?
Good God.
Oh, it's because you know I dated a football player for a year from 07 to 08, and you know I may have been in a couple photographs with a couple others. So you know, now I have an affinity for athletic men. So they tease me all the time and say that you have to have a good 40 time to get with me, implying that I only date professional football players who run under a 4.5. It's total exaggeration.
Bogus.
Yes. So that's what that joke comes from, because they just put that on me. Like, that's my character on the show.
Right.
That's her.
Shout out to Claudia at the ESPY Awards.
Yes. Well, I was doing research because I like to work in sports.
Come on, Flora.
I did not give my number to one pro athlete at the ESPYs.
Thank you so much for calling,
her.
Tony.
Nothing, actually. Was that it? That's your only question? Okay. We have George from Missouri. Welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you guys?
We're good.
Hey, we're great.
Yeah, but, you know, I was just calling, I was listening to your topic. There's nothing better in life than having somebody to share your life with you, your goods and your bads, you know. Anybody that just walk out on somebody just because they got sick or something like that, they really didn't love them in the first place.
Right.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
That makes sense for one aspect of it.
No,
depending
but
on
But what if you had like 10 kids and your person became paralyzed and then you got to take care of another person, and you could have just gave birth and had a newborn? It's hard.
Well, if you have 10, what's another
if
one?
You have 10,
Yeah, but I'm saying, but I could see how it could be a burden, because it's hard being a single parent now and having.
It's absolutely a burden.
It's a burden, but not wanting to be bothered is kind of selfish. If you think about it, like you know, I don't want to be bothered because he's ill or he's got a certain. When you say you love someone, it's supposed to be loving the spirit, the essence, that personality that's inside that shell. The body is supposed to be the shell of the. You're supposed to be in love with that person, the spirit. Right. But yes, then part of us is okay. I do want a guy with 2 legs. I do want a guy with 2 arms. But damn it, imagine if the tables are turned and you lost your arm, or you lost your leg, or you had to have. I was watching Discovery Health today, and this woman had diabetes, had to have her foot amputated. They ended up going up to her knee, and it's like, what if her man, who she's been with all these years, gave kids to, spent a life, made vows to, says, I didn't sign up for a girl with 1 leg. Like, damn, you didn't love me. You loved the shell. You didn't love me, and I think me is more than the shell. Well, that sounds like the difference when a guy says, you know, baby, I got love for you, and baby, I love you. That's like the difference. Maybe it's just like he was saying, it's not love, it's lust, or it's some sort of other form of
I love the idea of you.
Exactly.
But then again, I've seen some extreme cases, and we'll get to some other cases later on, where I don't know if I could deal with some of the things. You know what I mean? Like, could I put a diaper on a grown man and wipe his ass and do all the stuff? Like, I don't really know if I'm capable of doing all that. Tina, do you have a poem?
I do.
Really?
I wrote it at 4:15.
Really?
I left office at 4:30.
You know she holds us down.
All
You
right.
know she got it.
Good.
This love thing was supposed to last forever, lasting through the normal stormy weather. Couples fight, argue, whatever. Still they get past and simply grow together, never questioning whether, what if, or how. When tragedy hits now, smiles turn into frowns, life's turned upside down. No more playing around. I felt I crumbled when the doctor mumbled we'd never dance again. I felt selfish yet selfless, hurting for my best friend, my lover, my life. I became your wife just in June, and it's only July. The honeymoon ended so soon, and all I could think of was me. What will happen to we? What if this happened to me as I help him in and out of the tub? I went from lingerie to nurse's scrubs. Still, I love him, and this won't be easy. Yet all I could think of is, if this were reversed, would he leave me?
Wow, very good poem, Tina. Thank you very much. We are talking about ride or die relationships. Would you stick with your mate through thick and thin? What is too much to handle in your relationship? Give us a call, 877-2106-106. We'll be back with more right after the break.
Back to my video days.
We on?
We slow winding over here.
Welcome back to the Claudia Jordan and the Pigeon. Who's in the house?
Tina Davina's here.
Who's in the house?
That's you.
Lola! Who's in the house?
Portia's in the house.
Who's in the house?
Shelly Rio.
Who's in the house?
I'm your host. It's Claudia Jordan with the bumpy face.
Shut up.
I do. Look at my face. Look at the bumps.
You have to be this close to your face to see
You
it.
guys are
I like
lying.
magnified your picture, and I couldn't
It's over
find
there.
it.
No, you see it.
It's like red.
For someone that has flawless skin, it's a big deal.
Right. Somebody that steps out of a magazine.
Pretty much. I have airbrush skin naturally. We are talking about ride or die relationships. What's your breaking point? What is it, besides cheating, that will make you, what do you think you could not handle? Major weight gain in your mates, if they lose their job, their career, something where they can't, something happens so they
If they
can't
can
work
touch my
anymore?
child, shoot, I would leave.
Well, that's
That's
given.
beyond. I would leave. I would press charges.
That's a
period.
given.
But
I think a loss in ambition, like if you, I know sometimes people may go through like a depression phase, and like if you're no longer able to help your mate, like they're, you know, maybe gaining weight, they lost their job, and they're kind of going through this depression, you want to be there for them, but then like after a while, if they're not being very receptive to you,
Right.
and it just becomes now you're depressed because they're depressed,
Yeah.
then I
Right.
think that, okay, this is a deal breaker.
Yeah.
You're not trying to help you, I can't help you, I don't know what else to do.
Yeah, that's what
Right.
I
I gotta
said
bounce.
earlier. Yep. His
See, I
life
would
becomes
leave
my life.
if it was something like that, but physically, if something happened, then I'd be more conscious of thinking why I was to leave. If he stayed the same person,
Right.
Like you said, he was still ambitious. Let's say he was in a wheelchair and said, "Well, I'm gonna still get a job. I'm gonna still do what I was doing
Right.
before," and he has the ambition, then I would definitely stay.
I'm looking at the Twitter page, at the Foxxhole Twitter page. Christine T. For Real says, I'm a rider. I don't give up easily. I believe in the men I choose to have relationships with. I'm usually the last one to give up. And then we have Lisa Williams 4 says, as long as they don't cheat.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's look at that. If they don't cheat, but say they lost, like you said, all their ambition, they just want to lay on the couch, and then they get fat, and then they have an attitude problem, and they're nasty, then they're no longer the person that you started off with.
Right.
There are things that can be almost as bad as cheating, if
Right.
not worse, you know?
Right,
Right. Because depression, and a lot of times people change, you know?
True.
I think if I were in an accident, like let's say I was like bodily disfigured to where it was, you know, just it affected my life and it would affect that person's life. And let's say, you know, we're kind of at this age where I feel like we have a long time to live. I would let them out. I would be like, you know what, I don't want you to be stuck here with me for the rest of your life, and I would give you an out.
You would give
and if
them
you
a
want to
choice.
stay, right? Because I don't want to feel like a person needs to pity me or, you know,
Right.
and I might be my own little independence, but unless I had like 3 months to live or 4 months to live, then I want them to stay. But otherwise, I feel like I'd give them an out.
Give
You
them
know,
a choice, at least.
right?
Okay.
I don't want you to be stuck.
Even
Go-
if you
go
were-
live your
even if
life.
you were married?
Still be my friend, right? Still be my friend. Still come check on me or whatever. But you go find somebody to make you happy and
Isn't
live
that
your life.
so sad? Like, isn't that the reason why we have those vows for rich or for poor, for, you know,
Till death do us part.
sickness and in
Yeah.
health? Does that not mean what it really? Is that just bullshit?
No,
Well,
I think
clearly.
bullshit. I
Look
just
at the
think they're
divorce rates.
vows. I just think their vows are words that are said during a wedding. Whether
I'd
or
like
not
them
you
to
would
say.
adhere
But
to
what?
them.
But that's what
No, but you're
vows
supposed
are.
to
A
meet
pledge.
them.
I know
Yeah.
you're supposed to meet them, but I mean, a lot of people don't.
So then why say
You're
it?
right.
Let's
And
say,
I-
hey, let's not say
So
vows.
should we
Put
just
it
change
away.
it and say, I'm gonna try to be with you as long as you still stay cute, as long as your coochie still gets wet, as long as
Oh,
your
my God.
penis still gets hard, as long as you keep somewhat of the same figure, you make the same money, you don't get any burns on your face. I mean, that's so many
It's
asterisks
sad,
next to it.
but
Then
it's true.
then fuck it. You're really not pledging anything, and then anyone can do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyone can't stick by those vows. So I have a lot of respect for these people. Like, I was watching Tina. I told you about the documentary. You
Right.
watched it. There was a documentary on Iraqi on the soldiers over there in Iraq, and some that came back. One guy had a fiance before he left, and when he was over there, he was involved in an awful accident. I mean, his legs were just chewed up. He had all kind of prosthetic leg, parts. And when he got back, he didn't think his woman would still want him. She ended up marrying him, and then they ended up having a very happy life. Then there was another couple that was happily married before he went over. He came back, all limbs intact. He had a bomb blow up in his face. He lost his eyes, okay?
Wow.
When he got back, the woman, just from him being blind, said, I just can't do this. I can't do it. She left him. So he took the diamonds out of his wedding band, and he put it in his glass eye. No, it's
Are
very,
you
it was
No,
very,
serious?
it was very,
that means something.
it was very disturbing. But I felt for him so bad. I'm like, here we are, this one couple where the woman decided to go forward. Not only am I going to still keep you, I'm going to go to marry you. And, he lost limbs. And the other one, everything still
blind.
looked normal. He even with the glass eye, besides the one with the diamond in it, he looked normal. But because he didn't see anymore, that's it. And he looked so crushed.
Oh my
and these
God.
guys
Of
go.
course.
I wonder how a lot of these soldiers are. They probably have. I don't know how many people are sticking with them when they get back. They're losing
Right.
limbs. They're probably emotionally changed.
Yeah.
And I commend the women that stand by their men that come back from the war.
Yeah.
And-
I have a friend
Absolutely.
right now that's her boyfriend is overseas, and she has that fear. They had this talk recently, like, if he lost limbs, like how would she feel about it? What if he, whatever, anything can happen when you're, in war. So it's definitely a scary situation.
There's some that go over there that don't lose limbs, but they have post-traumatic stress
Right.
disorder, and they're a different person. when
Right,
they
they
come
have
back.
mental disorders.
Speaking of mental disorders, we have Iceberg on the phone from
All
New York.
right. No, that was him.
Iceberg,
Hey.
welcome to the show.
Yeah,
like to hear
what's
your take
That
on
ain't
this.
right.
Well, my take on it is that I can't believe so many people are superficial. I mean, if you really love someone, you're supposed to be there through it all. I mean, I can speak from my own experiences. I mean, hell, I remember when I stopped selling drugs, and I had to go get a job, and, with no real education and nothing. never having no job, making $5 an hour. My wife was making good money. And, you know, she stuck through me. I mean, I must have got fired from about 15, 20 jobs, you know, because of my attitude. And, you know, I'm not that type of person. You're going to be screaming at me. I'll be ready to twist your ass up. But I feel obligated to always stay with my wife because through some of my roughest times, I mean, she's always held me down. I mean, now, you know, 10, 15 years later, I'm good. You know, I done found me a nice career. But, I mean, look at Superman's wife. She stuck with him. She had to change diapers and everything. If you really love somebody, that's what love is. I think people throw that word around too loosely.
Yeah, that's right.
So, Iceberg, could you do that if, God forbid, something happened to your wife and she needed you to change her diaper, her colostomy bag?
Yeah.
Would you be able to do that?
And anything my wife would ever need from me, she got it. Because the reason I feel like she's the only one for me, because when you successful and you got everything, it's easy for somebody to roll with you. But when you that nigga coming off the block trying to establish yourself, and you got somebody that's already successful and doing her thing and still help carry you to get to where you at, I'm forever grateful to my wife and my kids, and nothing to come.
That's what I did for dude.
Thank you, Iceberg. I like hearing the side of you.
Nice little sentimental moment.
What about people that go to jail? We have someone on the Foxxhole page that says, what is it, Generana? Generana, is that her name? Not jail. If you go to jail, I'm dating your rich friend.
That's what she said?
Yes.
Oh.
Here's the thing. I had this conversation with someone before, and we got into an argument about it. I said, listen, when I signed up to be with you, I didn't sign up to be with someone that, if you're willing to do the drug that's going to get you landed in jail and get you away from your wife and your family, then you weren't really giving that much of a shit about us in the first place. You know, you got to think about that when you're out there selling whatever it is you're selling. And I know I might get heat from this from some people that are listening. I'm not dating someone that's going to put all of our lives in jeopardy and do something foolish that's going to end you up in jail. I don't know. You guys may think differently.
Yeah,
but
I agree with that. That's only because that's something that they can control themselves. Other stuff like accident or something. Yeah.
But what if you were with someone that you knew sold?
Right. That's wrong.
Yeah, well, that's your problem.
Then you knew it. Then you should be down with them.
Right.
Exactly. You signed up for that. That's
Sign up for the conjugal visits, girl.
And the moment, of course, when children are involved, that's a whole different story. Like I said, children should not have to be responsible for the accidents and mistakes that adults make. That's just the bottom line. So like you said, the father ends up going to jail for 20 years for doing some dumb stuff, then totally agree. Then he has to take the responsibility of being away from his children.
Ladies, are women more likely than men to stick around through adversity?
I
say
so.
yes. I agree, yes.
I would give it a good 60%.
I'd say closer to 85.
Right. Yeah,
85,
I'm with Claudia. You have a higher
Yeah,
percentage.
because we have more hope.
Yeah, we're more emotional people.
I just can't see. Okay, like Dana Reeve, Christopher Reeve's wife. I really can't see many men, you know, holding it down for a woman, you know, that's in a wheelchair that they have to do. That's totally dependent. I'm sure they're out there. I'm not saying they're not.
Yeah.
But it's just like more in our nature. Like we're more like we're taking stray dogs and birds with broken wings and all that stuff. Like
we're nurturers.
Even for a healthy man, we think we can change him and nurture him and make him into something that we want him to be.
So
but
don't let it be injured.
But there are some really amazing men out there that do that. Like my grandpa, he's remarried and his woman is younger than him, much younger, and, you know, we always thought she'd be the one to take care of him, but, you know, she had a bunch of accidents, she's, you know, painkillers, she's, like, kind of a mess now. So he has to do everything for her, and he's actually in worse shape than she is.
Right. Wow.
And he gets up, and he does anything he can for her. Like, that is real love. Like, they're both a mess, but my grandpa really, 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 like, does anything he can for that woman to make her happy. Wow. All right, we have another caller, Mawassa from North Carolina. Hope I'm saying your name right. Welcome to the show.
How you doing?
Good. Good. What do you think about this topic? What are your thoughts?
Well, actually, when I was like 19, I was dating a young lady. I was at work, and you know, we always rode motorcycles and stuff. And they called me at work and said that she got hurt on a motorcycle. So I go to the hospital, and, you know, she's all messed up and banged up. I mean, like, totally different from, like, the young lady that I dated. And, you know, basically what I was calling to say is, like, I knew being 19 years old that the situation and the way she was, I knew that wasn't something that I could deal with. So I think it takes a special person, like, you know what I'm saying, like, to be pushing a person around in a wheelchair. And I didn't want to stay with somebody just because I felt sorry for them. You know, I really don't think, like, it was better for me to like move on. And, I see her at different times, like around town. And I tried to, I apologized to her. We were young. I was 19, but I just couldn't see myself staying with her, like I said, just because I felt sorry for her.
I think that's different. You were really young. It's one thing for a young guy to learn how to be a man, much less in a relationship and trying to stand up in a relationship. So, it's kind of understandable.
Well, thank you for the call. We're going to take a break. Continue to hit us on the Foxxhole Twitter page, at Foxxhole, or at Claudia Jordan, or Shelly Rio, or Portia Coleman. I think you guys are on right now.
Yeah, we're not.
We are reading your tweets. Before we go to break, Superboat says, I love my girl, but if she lost a limb, I am gone. Who else agrees with this? Is that really love? Give us a call, 877-2-106-106. We're talking about ride or die relationships. What would it take to make you leave, and what couldn't you deal with? Give us a call.
Welcome back, y'all, to the Claudia Jordan Show and the pigeons. All right.
That's Jagged Edge in the background.
Is that really? Tonight's topic, ride or die relationship. Would you stick with your mate through thick and thin? What's too much to handle in a relationship?
Good question.
What was that thing you read on the Twitter? Some dude said, if my girl lost a leg, I'm out.
Superboat said, I love my girl, but if she lost a limb, I am gone.
Wow.
That's so sweet.
I also have another interesting tweet here from Eric P. Thomas. It's actually pretty sad. He said, I can tell you a lot. I got paralyzed from the neck down due to a shooting, and my fiance left after 8 months. But she tried. Some people just aren't cut out for that big of a change.
Damn.
But was he always down in the
tried.
dumps and always sad about it and kind of just changed your mind? Wait, I don't want to do this anymore.
It's got to be tough though.
Because you stayed there for 8 months.
Right.
She tried.
Sacrifice. That's all it is. If you're willing to sacrifice your plans, let's say you wanted to go to school or you wanted to
out the window
sing or something, it's kind of like you have to sacrifice yourself for this other person. So how
his life becomes your life.
His life becomes your life. And that's like Dana Reeve, I think, and Christopher Reeve. To me, it's almost like she sacrificed her life for him. But she's gone too now, and I really think all the emotion and all the time and energy that she invested into him ended up costing her life. Because, she died a few years after.
And plus, they had a base. It didn't just happen after they got together. They had kids. They've been together for a long time. So I would definitely not bounce if I've been with someone 10, 15, 20 years. We have a history.
Right.
I obviously I'm not with you anymore because you're a six-pack or how fast you can run 40.
Yeah.
It's deeper than that at this point. When you're dating someone, that's different. But when you're married and you're deep in this marriage, I think you have an obligation. And you made vows, and I think that person, and you should expect that person to do the same thing for you.
And look at the extremes. This guy was Superman on TV. It gets no better.
Isn't that crazy?
Then all of a sudden he's Superman in a wheelchair and he can't do anything for himself. It's like that really tests your patience.
I saw him in the lobby of the Mondrian Hotel one time, and he rolled by, and he looked. It was really disturbing.
It's sad, yeah.
You saw his tracheotomy.
I saw he just looked like like wax. He looked like a wax figure. He didn't look like a real person. I was like, it bothered me when I saw him.
And isn't that Ebert, Siskel, the guy, his wife as well, when he went through the chin?
Right, he lost his bottom half of his jaw.
Yeah, he lost his jaw.
To cancer. And it's
to cancer. And now he's really recovered. I hear him he's got a box where he talks now, and it's like he's
I did a guy with a box because I don't like when guys talk too much anyways, and I'd be like, I'd hide the box all the time, take the batteries out. That could be kind of fun. That is so foul. Let's play hide the AA batteries.
Oh, we're going to hell.
Hey, shut your mouth before I take your batteries.
Oh my God, you're so wrong.
That is so bad.
We're going to hell.
Don't joke around like that, Claudia. Don't do that.
What?
Someone used to make fun of me all the time. Call me Four Eyes. I wear glasses, and then lo and behold, she had to get glasses.
I already have a fucked up voice. So I already paid it forward.
It's the worst.
All right, we have Lo Leezy from Alabama. Welcome to the show, Lo Leezy.
Is he trying to is it low life? He's just trying to
No, Lo Leezy.
That's low life.
You ain't tricking us.
Trying to trick us.
Crazy. What else?
I had a little situation, you know what I'm saying? I'm married now and everything, and I'm working on a job. But back in the day when I was trapping, you know what I'm saying? And I was like by 22, I had this chick, and she was 21, you know what I'm saying? And we had been together for about a good year and a half, almost 2 years, and she turned into a diabetic, you know what I'm saying? And then, I ain't really understanding too tough, and then, I ain't know it was going to come with a whole thing, And then, she started having to take, the needles, the insulin, you know what I'm saying? And she's sick. She can't eat this, can't eat that. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't mean to do it, but you know what I'm saying? I'm 22, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing my thing. I got a successful 50, you know what I'm saying? Selling dope, you know what I'm saying? I ain't
Selling
really,
dope.
you know what I'm saying? And we just split up, man, because, I couldn't deal with her diabetic thing, with the needles.
So wait, let me interrupt you for a quick second. So she's dealing with the threat of you constantly going to jail, maybe you guys getting shot up, maybe involved in some drug war, but because she got some low blood sugar, or high blood sugar, whatever, you can't roll with that.
That diabetic thing.
Come on, low life.
So the glucose deficiency.
That is where the drug dealer draws the line, goddammit.
At the insulin. That's where he draws the
That's
line.
crazy because it doesn't affect nothing about
Right.
it.
Nothing. She's not losing any limbs.
Yeah.
He is our most original caller. I know that much.
But wait, he said turned into diabetes, like that bitch turned around and she was a werewolf.
Yep. Like, she woke up on Monday, you know what? I'm going to have low blood sugar today.
Wow, low life.
Wow.
Damn.
That's fucked up.
What about your wife now? Are you still in the line, low life?
No, I think they cut him off.
Damn.
We need a translator. Every time we have him on the phone, we need a
Because I only
translator.
understand a couple of the words he's saying.
Wow, that's sad. Because she's dealing with, like I said, all the things that come along with. There are perks to being with a drug dealer, but then there's negatives. Because I may have dated one when I was 17. They stand on the corner and they see a cop and they just start running for no reason. There's a lot of that kind of thing going on. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you can't deal with her having to take insulin for her own self. She's probably not doing. It's not like it's a big. It's not like she's going through like open heart surgery in front of you.
But you being a track runner, you ran
I'll have
after
you know,
him, right?
Halle Berry is diabetic, isn't she?
Yeah, she's a type 2 diabetic.
Can you
Exactly.
imagine? I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Halle Berry.
Yes.
Right.
I can't take you and you can't have ice cream self.
Oh my gosh. We can't go have tomatoes, you crazy.
Right.
All right.
Thank you for that, Lola.
Yeah. Top reasons why couples break up, okay?
Yes. Let's dig into
Desire to be independent, boredom, lack of appreciation, not putting one another first, getting attracted to another person, of course, infidelity, less attracted to the person in a sexual way, lack of poor body maintenance, like becoming too fat. That would be tough.
That's a rough one because if you have a man that stays physically in shape and yet the woman, let's say she's had some kids, so of course she may be a little thicker than normal. If she's not trying to get actively back into shape, I could see how that could really bother a male.
I would think in the younger years. When it gets older, I would think after a certain age, it's like I'm letting it all go bad. I'm gonna have to put that in my. Whoever gets me now, like. Don't think I'm going to have a 25-inch waist when I'm 60. I'm not.
I mean, not that, of course, it's not old, but like my brother and his wife, like I said, she's had 3 kids already. Yeah. They came to the party, like he's married, they're married. And it's like they work out together. It's so cool. We hit the
I did see him with a pretty girl at your party.
Yeah, that's his wife.
I hope it was. Okay.
It definitely was. Shout out to my brother JP. No, but I'm saying like they work out together, and I think that's very attractive. I think if anything, like if the man or woman is overweight, inspire them to want to get in shape with you. You can't just all of a sudden let them get 40 pounds, a little too fat, and you're like, I'm leaving because you didn't get in shape. You have to at least make your issue known with them as far as why you're having a problem with it.
I have a friend. She was in a car accident, and she had to get on steroids to kind of get back.
Right.
It was like for a year, I think she was on it. And during that time,
I feel like I'm gonna cry right now.
she gained so much weight, and she was with this guy. They were together for years. He was kind of like her high school sweetheart. I mean, they were together for a long time. And during that course, he broke up with her. She gained a lot of weight. Yeah, she went from like a size 4 to like a 16.
Ooh. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a big difference.
She's still pretty though. She still had a beautiful face. You know, she still, I would even say she still had a figure. It was just a bigger figure, you know. Right.
Damn.
But he left her, and it was sad, and it fucked her up. To this day, you know, she has low self-esteem, and
Not from a car accident.
From a car accident, she was on steroids, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Both of them. She hasn't lost it. Wow.
Okay, we have John from Virginia. Welcome to the show. What do you think about this situation, this topic?
Good evening, ladies. How you doing?
Good.
Great. How are you?
All right. Okay. You had touched on a little while ago about dealing with depression and everything. You know, I've been married to my wife for 18 years. We have 3 beautiful kids, and each kid, I just said each kid, you know, he had their postpartum, you know, and each kid, you know, the depression got worse. Our last child, you know, the depression hit her really hard. And, you know, but I dealt with it every time, you know. And I lost both my parents, one in 2005 and one in last year this time. And, you know, I got depressed. I lost my business. And, you know, for the first time in my life, I got really depressed and she couldn't handle, you know. You know, I became withdrawn and, you know, she met some guy on the job and she cheated on me with him. And because I know they were carrying around for like 6 months. And I found out about it in February, moved out. And we've been trying to, you know, go to counseling and trying to work on it. And
Wow.
so the still there. Now, I don't, a lot of people say it's a lot harder for men to deal with infidelity when the woman cheats on them.
Of course.
But I never went outside my marriage with nobody else, and she decided to do this for us. We're trying to raise a family, and I don't trust her at all right now. She called the guy on his birthday, the week after birthday. She didn't know I found out about that. She's writing in the journal about the
That was recently?
And right now, I love her, but I'm not in love with her, and I don't know if I want to stay or not.
Wow.
Thank you so much for your call.
Wish you the best on that. Yeah, that's very sad. I mean, it's one thing to have to deal with the death of one parent and then another parent, and then to turn around and have to deal with someone who's just being selfish. I think they're not even thinking about their mate. They're married, right?
Yeah. Let's talk about some celebrities who stuck it out with their mates in some extreme situations. So we have Cookie and Magic Johnson. To me, it's such a tragic. This woman stayed with him all through, when he was in college, and then his college sweetheart, and finally when he marries her, he's HIV positive.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But she, they're still together.
Maybe she gave it to him.
He's
Okay. Wow. Way to go, Shelley.
She keeps testing negative.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's like she really, that is what you call that.
Love.
That is love.
Yeah, either that or she just wants the money.
Damn.
Way to go, Shelley.
But it's true.
I think at this point she
together.
could
2 for
probably
2.
walk away with money.
Yeah, she
could
walk away.
She could have walked away with money back. She got her own money now.
She walked. She'd get a lot of money.
Yeah, but she probably thinking, well, people know I was married to him, so I probably think I have AIDS, so therefore it don't want me. So why not
Shelley's
stay
3 for 3.
I love it.
And this has been a Shelley Rio moment.
But you know what?
It's true. People think like that.
I've been at parties and seen women still lined up for Magic.
That's disgusting.
Lined up.
I
for
think
Magic Johnson.
matter.
Trying to holler.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
They do not
Okay.
care.
Shawnee and Shaq.
Shawnee and Shaq.
you
Shaq
go.
stayed with Shawnee despite hiding financial information, and there were some talks about an affair.
Because
Right.
she would have got more money if they got divorced, so he stayed with her.
Yeah,
Hilarious.
Cheaper to keep her.
That's
Exactly.
hilarious.
It's true.
What about? This is cheating, but it ended up being way bigger than that. Kobe and his wife,
Vanessa,
And
right.
Vanessa. I mean, they not only was it that he cheated, but she was charged with rape. He was allegedly charged with
Accused of rape.
accused of rape. I'm sorry, and she stood by him. And then there was like a little thing happened after that, and she was still there.
To get that $4 million ring.
That may have helped.
We have to keep it
As
real.
a big Kobe fan, Portia, what do you think about the situation?
That was a basketball. I think bottom line is different when it comes to the entertainment industry. It's got to be because there's more money involved.
Yeah, there's certain things you overlook.
When you're broke,
Exactly.
it doesn't matter. You can split up. You're still gonna be broke.
When you're broke,
I
you're
can still be
like,
broke.
you gave me a cold, I'm leaving you.
Right.
When you're rich, it's like, you
Fine.
raped my mother. We can work it out.
Right. Take your TV. I don't need it. You know,
that's horrible.
But when you've got kids, when
true,
you've
though.
got millions of dollars involved, it's a little different. So I think they're more forced to stay together out of obligation.
Yeah,
Right now.
probably. I think people will put up with a lot, like higher up in stature.
Of course. The more the
Hillary and Bill Clinton.
There you
Yeah,
Yes.
but she stayed with him because she wanted to run for presidency. And if she had gotten divorced, she could have done that.
I think they have.
I don't think she would have left.
I
don't
think
she would've
Hillary
left
likes
either way.
women,
I'm telling you,
and I think
people
that
are
they
saying
have
these people
an
for
You
no
don't
arrangement.
think, you think she likes women or doesn't like men?
I think she likes women
Yeah,
and
yeah.
doesn't like men.
Right,
and they
right.
have an arrangement.
Yep.
She knew about the little intern bitch, and
Right.
She's like, I'm glad you're sucking it because I'm not sucking it.
right.
Or I think she was
She
mad
knew
he
about
hit
that
it
shit.
first. And
But
she
you don't
didn't.
think he likes men.
You think Hillary
tried?
you think Hillary wanted Monica?
I think so.
Dude,
I
but
think
all
she
the
was
people
mad.
you're
I
talking
think she
about
was
are all
mad.
people that come from either they have a lot of money or they have big titles in whatever they're
Right.
doing, and that's why these people are staying. Had
There's
they
a lot
been
of famous
regular
celebrity
Joe Schmoes,
couples out there. I love to put some of them on blast.
But we will.
That
We won't.
know.
We will not.
That we know are cheating.
Are
And they
kidding.
have a nice
Yes.
little image in
Shout out
public.
to you
Bless
guys.
their hearts.
You know who you are.
Yes.
Bless their hearts.
You know who you are. You know, Shelly. We'll talk about
We all
it
got
later.
your numbers. Of course we know.
who you're talking
You
about.
know. I'll
Tell
you.
me. I want to know.
I will never
Okay.
But they put that image out of this
They
great
do.
of couples that they're so in love. They go everywhere together in pictures and all kind of things.
Right.
But it's like it's best for both of them to stay in the couple, in the relationship, for PR reasons.
Right.
And
Oh,
so
yeah.
you put up with a lot. So we have Chris from Dallas. Welcome to the show.
Welcome, Chris.
Oh,
Hello, Chris.
not
Hello?
Okay.
What about?
Hello.
Oh, hey, Chris.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
What's your comment or question?
I wanted to kind of comment a little bit on Iceberg, I think was the gentleman's name.
Oh yes.
Yes.
One of a kind.
Yeah. Well, him and some other people have probably been in that situation where they stuck through somebody through hard times, and now they feel like they're willing to stick with somebody. Is that because they love that person, or is it because they feel indebted to that person?
It could be a combination of both.
Probably
how long would that last if they were just sticking around until they were indebted? And would they really stick if that person then needed them as much as they needed the other one?
Honestly, I think it really depends on the individual.
Right.
You know, I mean, there's no time limit. There's no, I can't say, well, 3 months. No, it's just, it really depends on the individual.
There's no sincerity there, though. I mean, I think the reasons to want to be in a relationship is because you love that person, and being in debt is not a good reason. Eventually that's going to wear off, and the person's going to be unhappy. That's horrible.
All right. What about, thank you for the call. Tashira and rapper DMX, she stuck with him through the drug addiction, and he fathered children with other women. Mm-hmm. What do you think about that?
That'd be rough.
She's a strong one.
Well, I believe that she was doing the drugs with him, though, too. Like, they both seem to be
I think that's crackhead love. That crackhead love.
Fathering kids outside of the marriage, that would have been a rough one. It's
embarrassing.
To deal with. It's more so embarrassing for you as a wife, like, knowing that you've got side kids.
You had an affair, and you went raw, and she got pregnant, and you didn't push down the stairs.
Wow.
So, we have problems.
That's issues.
God damn.
Okay, we're going to take a break, and we're going to talk. I'm going to fill Shelly and some
of our celebrity friends
off the air. Our topic tonight, ride or die relationships. Would you stick with your mate through thick and thin? What's too much to handle in your relationship?
That's right.
What is it that would make you say, that's enough? I can't take it. You got a prosthetic nose. Give us a call, 877-2-106-106. We'll be back.
Yo, what's good? You're listening to the Claudia Jordan Show and the Pigeon. And, of course, we're talking about
we're back on air?
Love. My name is Portia Coleman, and I sponsor this message for Shelly.
Welcome, Shelly. Welcome.
Welcome back to the show. We're talking about ride or die relationships.
How long has this been on?
You know what, Shelly? I think
good thing you're cute.
She's not even rolling with the moment. She didn't even try to play it off.
Shelly, you better
know. Because I'm like, what was I saying?
Never get into a car accident.
Never.
A prosthetic leg. Never get diabetes.
Don't do it.
So are you saying her looks is all she has left?
It's a big part.
I have a big heart too.
We don't get to see.
We don't get to see that outside.
Nobody really
no one cares
about. Anyways, we're talking about ride or die relationships because nobody cares about Shelly's heart.
We got some more twists here. Miss Just Too Much says, when my husband found out I couldn't have kids, I thought he would leave, but he's still around and we're exploring other options. My first husband dealt with it for a while. Then one day he told me he was leaving because I couldn't give him a kid, so I left. Now he is trying to get back over here from Nigeria. That punk. LOL.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
so
funny.
one guy threw one guy's trash is another man's treasure.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
But what about surrogacy and adoption?
Yeah,
I mean, it's not the end of the world.
That's a big thing, though. Seeing that a woman or man can't have a child, is that a deal breaker? I could see that being one.
Mm-hmm.
See, I actually
there's
would
other
prefer
ways
a
to
man
have a
that
kid, though.
I would prefer a man that can shoot blanks. That would be my ideal man.
That'd be the ideal, so you can get it whenever you want.
I'm tired of taking the pill every day. I forget all the time, and that always messes
you
me up.
do.
I have a funny story.
not
I just thought about this.
consistent
I'm not going to say who it is because my family, because they might listen. But so one of my family members, a guy,
They know who they are.
right, cheated on his wife.
Oh, I know him.
They've been together for no, they're older. They've been together for 40 years.
Reggie?
And he cheated on his wife
Samantha.
so many times. She couldn't have any more kids. He wanted a child. He cheated, had a child outside of their relationship. And then she left him. She then took him back. And then he, what do you call it when you get, is it prostate cancer?
Oh, yeah.
So his penis doesn't work anymore.
Oh my Lord.
And so at that point, she could have left him.
Wow.
And she's still with his ass.
That's the irony.
And everybody in my family is like, you should leave that nigga. He's in my family.
So, okay.
So she could have babies with him. It wasn't working with him.
She couldn't get pregnant, right? So he cheated.
And he thinking, oh, it's you.
Right.
So he goes and gets with the jump off, knocks the jump off up,
Right.
comes back to the wifey, and his penis got some squash growing in it.
Oh.
And then she don't leave him.
Right, exactly.
Damn him.
That
Exactly.
is quite graphic.
Yeah.
May his penis never rise from the dead again.
Yeah, he's so lucky.
So it
that
doesn't
she's
work.
the-
It literally
It literally doesn't work. And she laughs about it now because she's like, that's what you get.
That's
what
irony.
you get, nigga.
That's why it's irony.
Payback is a bitch.
Wow. We
love
have Tony from Long Island. Tony, welcome to the show.
Hey, how you doing?
We are
You're
great.
doing well. How are you?
How you doing?
I'm good.
What are you thinking about the topic tonight? When?
Yeah. My wife got brain cancer
Sorry to hear that.
and had 2 operations. Pretty much got laid up in a bed. Had to bring a hospital bed into my bedroom. The last year of her life, she had some seizures, so she was really pretty much out of it. And truthfully, I could have had sex in the bed next to her. She wouldn't even have known.
But for those years, I never even considered it. Stood by her.
Wow. How long ago did she
I
pass?
took vows to death do us part, and I meant it.
Good for you.
And,
how long ago did she pass away?
Yeah. So she passed away in October of 2005.
Sorry about that.
No, you gotta stand by your vows. You gotta stick by your mate.
All right.
How long were you guys married before this happened? Before she became ill?
Oh, probably 32 years.
Oh, that's
so you couldn't imagine. You guys had a base. You had family. You had many years between you two.
Right.
Well, good for you. You know, that says a lot about
that.
a man. You know, it's so easy to walk away nowadays. It's not like back in the day where getting a divorce was so hard. It's like you can get one so quickly now.
Yeah.
And you like take your vows that seriously. I mean, I'm sure, you know, she's looking over you right now from heaven and just, you know, you can go, when you go, I mean, you're going to go knowing you did the right thing with your woman.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. And it's nice that she had that support from him, I'm sure. It was very
Probably helped her
important.
live longer, too.
For her.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely shout outs to you and your wife.
Felt the presence there.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to do a lightning round. Oh, we have a caller right now. Walt B. from Arizona. Welcome to the show.
Walt B. sitting in Buckeye, Claudia. What's cracking-lacking? What you?
I like the energy.
Great, how are you?
All right, I'm from La Lizzie, but of course I drive this truck. I drive them tour coaches. But check this out. These dudes out here, fat, sloppy rat bastards. The meaning of buffet to them means big, ugly, fat fuckers eating together.
Wow.
Wow.
I love it.
Okay.
Why am I still... Me and Shelly are looking like...
Okay.
He's going to write.
He's all right.
Okay, is that it?
Yeah.
Gain weight. They're going to leave them and this, that, and the other. You know, all this other good bullshit, right? Mm-hmm. Now, you get cats like 10, 15 years into the game talking about, oh, my wife gained weight, so I had to leave her. You know, especially a lot of brothers. And that'd be the most discouraging thing about the whole thing is, you know, if you with your black queen, okay, it don't matter if she was 130 pounds when you got together and now she's 300 pounds. For me, my woman is my woman. It don't matter if you gain weight, don't matter if you lose weight, but not too much.
Not that, yeah. Thank you for your call. I appreciate it.
I like that. We need more people that are like that on both sides, women and men. You know, because he brings up a good point. There are a lot of people that, okay, I'm known to have a lot of good-looking friends, right? A lot of guys come to my birthday parties. They know there's going to be a lot of dimes there. And the grossest guy that look like Slimer from the Ghostbusters is going to come at me talking about, you got a dime for me when I come to L.A.? And I'm like, for you? Are you sure? And they be like, nah, not her. I'll say one girl. No, not her. She ain't really like bad enough. And I'm like, what? Are you kidding me right now?
Are you serious?
And it's like, I wish women were born with the self-confidence that a raggedy man is born with. Like there's a lot of beautiful women that really don't think that highly of themselves.
Right.
And a lot of these dudes are just like, wow. All right, we're gonna do a lightning round. Can we get some music up under this?
We don't have.
We don't beat it.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. Lightning round question is. Okay, you find your soulmate. You love this person to death. He's everything you want. You feel happy around him. You love him. He is the one. There's got to be something that would make you run, okay?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So what would it be that would make you say you just could not deal with, okay? Sabina, I love you. I'm not saying I love you. I mean, you cool.
No homo. No homo.
I love you, but I got to go because
If you cheated on me and brought back any type of venereal disease, it's done.
What if it's just like crabs, though?
Oh,
crabs.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. Because not only did you cheat, but now you done brought some shit back.
Blue shampoo. It's all right. All right, cool. Okay.
Wow.
Laura Santiago. You guys are so shallow. I love you, but I got to go because
you got that third nipple. You said you was gonna get rid of it, but 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Ew.
Okay, that's the joke one, but a real one.
No, it's serious.
No. I love you, but I got to go because
I got to go because.
Moving on.
Okay.
And you really don't have
that was mine. I'm serious.
Flora, come on.
Flora, you can't leave someone for something they had when you met them.
Or
Yeah.
something
No, I didn't.
The nipple didn't just grow
she's
overnight.
saying-
It was
How
already
you
there.
don't know that?
But you said
How is it that you don't know that?
Okay,
Sure,
if you were with them, you seen the nipple. So
No,
you
I didn't see the nipple.
But that's
I didn't
what
see
she
the
said.
nipple.
She said that you kept promising to have removed, which means that you knew that they had it.
Oh, so you didn't get the nipple.
I've been singing
What about-
it. It just grew on there. You're going to get the removal. Yeah, I'm going to get it taken care of.
I'm gonna need some real
Okay,
answers.
how about-
I'm gonna need some real answers from you.
Damn, I swear to
What if you got
God,
a
my
piercing
answers aren't good enough. Move on to the next person.
All right, it's your show. All right, Portia Coleman, I love you, but I got to go because
Never be.
Because that hoe is pregnant while I'm pregnant. That's a problem.
So you wouldn't be in the Laura London Nivea
Oh,
situation.
I can't. To know that, bottom line, we're gonna be married. But if we were not, and I was pregnant, and the girl calls me and was like, "Yo, hey, my baby's due around the same time," that'd be a deal breaker.
I hate that I see people,
I can't.
kids born within 2 months.
Within 2 months, that's.
But just still get on the baby, but you.
But at the same, but I really don't really feel sorry for the women just because they need to get a ring on it before they start getting these dudes to knock them up without any sort of commitment. You can't expect them to commit to you after that, you know?
How do you feel about that, Shelly Rio?
I think that's disgusting.
No, but what you just said about not having a baby with someone until you get married.
Wrong person to ask.
I don't care.
Trying to start a fight.
I'm happy
She's
I
trying
have
to get
my
us
two
to start
babies.
beefing.
All right, Shelly Rio. I'm trying to get y'all to argue.
FYI, kids are a gift from the Lord. Go on.
In case you didn't know.
Oh, she done told us.
In case you didn't know.
Hallelujah. What if a person gets like schizophrenia?
That would suck. We only have 3 minutes left, though.
Schizophrenia?
Yeah, like they became
What's
a schizo
that?
during your
Well, that could be hot. It's like you're doing it to 2 different guys.
Or what if your soulmate got syphilis?
You can
Syphilis,
cure that.
obviously.
That-
Would
No.
you stay with
Yes,
them
you
if
can.
they got
No.
it after
Yes,
the
you
fact?
can.
If they didn't catch it in
It's
time
bad.
and it's incurable, would you stay?
Okay.
It's bad.
Shelly Rio, we got to do hers.
And nobody answers my question. Okay.
Because you're cutting off the lightning round.
Exactly.
Shelly Rio, I love you, but I got to go because.
You're sleeping with my sister, if I had one.
Okay. You guys are going the infidelity route, but we already discussed like it's beyond that, like accidents, losing the job. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, let's do another
Well,
quick one.
obviously losing a job, I wouldn't.
Okay, another
Okay.
one.
We go
Another
around. We
one.
only have
Let's
2
go.
minutes left.
Okay.
Okay. I love you, but I got to go because.
If you were like burned to the point I can't really recognize you,
That's a good one.
it might be kind of hard.
Okay. Quick. Floor. I love you, but I got to go. But
If you lost your eyes.
okay, I love you, but I got to go because.
If you lost your arms and your legs,
I love you, but I got to go because.
Your thing doesn't work anymore.
Claudia, I love you, but I got to go because no homo.
What?
I love you, Claudia. I love you, but I got to go because.
If his personality changed, like you said, the schizophrenia thing,
Right.
You know, major depression where he would not snap out of it. I don't think I could deal with that.
Right.
But I could deal with like weight gain and all that stuff because if he gets super fat, I'll just say fuck it and then I'll just go cheat on a really attractive
see, but
gardener.
that's another thing. Quick insert. I think you guys gotta watch that. Men and women, they try to get you maybe a little big just so they can keep you off the market. I've seen that where a lot of skinny women were good and they feel comfortable with what they do, so they start gaining a lot of weight, and then their dude all of a sudden says, "I'm gonna leave her because she got fat." Ladies, beware. Guys will try to get you big just so he can keep you to the side on a reserve action. If he's not your husband and he's getting you fat, do not fall for that.
Even if it is your husband, don't fall for that.
That
Ladies,
too.
what have we
Yeah.
learned today?
I am a superficial bitch.
That's for Santiago.
That's what I've learned. Okay.
Anybody else learn? We didn't really learn that much.
Do we ever learn anything? We don't learn. We don't learn shit.
People need to learn to stick to their vows.
Yes.
That's what I learned.
I say know the meaning of love before you throw it around and use it with someone because to me love means, it encompasses all things. It includes a whole wide range of things, change that may happen to me over the course of our lives together.
Right.
Build a base, and that way, the one caller, later on in life, he was down to stay with her because he had so many memories, so much time and history invested in this person. Okay, where can you find us on the net, Tina Davina?
Twitter at Claudia J Show or myspace.com/The Single Life with CJ. We're also on Facebook, The Claudia Jordan Show.
Yes. What's your Twitter?
You can Twitter me at Tina Davina.
What's your Twitter?
My Twitter is Flora.
She don't even sign
What?
in.
No, I don't even
She don't
Twitter.
log in.
For cakes, please go to my site, www.sweetavenuela.com. Thank you.
To check out the music, myspace.com/Portia Coleman or Twitter at Portia Coleman. Shelly Rio.
You can go to my Twitter, MySpace, and Facebook, which is all /Shelly Rio or shellyrio.com/blog.
And Claudia Jordan.
At Claudia Jordan on Twitter. You can find me. I'm everywhere. But I can't add any more people on Facebook, so don't complain.
Right.
Also, check us out this Saturday night. We're going to be at the Kyoto Hotel for the Imani Corp, which is a young women's fundraiser fundraiser. It's $10 to get in. It's again the Kyoto Hotel this Saturday night, 9 p.m. It's $10 before 10:30 or $20 after 10:30, and you get to see the Claudia Jordan Show and friends.
Check us out. Come meet us. Come check us out and join us every Monday, 7 on the West, 10 on the East, right here on Series 106 XM 149. And if you want to book us, hit us up on any of our Twitters. We're not that expensive, but we're worth every penny.
Worth it.
All right, we'll see y'all next week.
Peace.